Hi friends, Living Fit with Laura on this very, very brilliantly sunny, see if I can get out of the sun here, brilliantly sunny, very cold morning. We continue moving forward to those things that lie ahead, putting behind me those things that lie behind. One day at a time, one decision at a time, we decide to not do those behaviors that bring us misery. One day at a time, one decision at a time, we decide to not do those behaviors that give us misery. And I've talked about them at length. Criticizing, cursing, condemning, comparing, or competing in a negative way. We want to compete in a positive way. For example, with ourselves, competing in a positive way can be inspirational to reach our goals and get to the next level, ditch the emotional baggage. And we need to remember to clean our own house before we point fingers at someone else's messy house. So on this beautiful day, we remember to realize that our lives are sacred. When we remember our lives are sacred, feelings of depression lift, and we remember that having feelings of depression is very, very common. Depression is very common. It's part of the human condition. So let's get off our pity party picnic for one. Grow up, put on our big girl and big boy pants, and realize that even if we have feelings of depression, I have feelings of depression all the time. I have melancholia, it's genetic. We accept those things we cannot change, but we also tweak it so that we see that it is a blessing. We see the pain from our past, the unpleasant experiences, the betrayals, the nasty people that we've met in our lives, the disappointments, the losses, as opportunities, as a platform to step up and move forward. We don't stay stuck in our disappointments. We don't stay stuck in our losses. We use those experiences. Let me say it again. All things work together for good for those who love God and are called according to His purpose. When we love God, all things work together for good. All losses, all pain, all disappointments can work together for good. We remember that we are never to expect other people to entertain or babysit us. Other people are not born into this world to do that. We are in this world to love other people, to contribute, make a contribution to another person's life. We contribute, not contaminate, to people's lives. And when we are disappointed or dismayed, that is a reality check for us to remember that we are not to expect, we are to ditch our rigid expectations of what other people should do or not do. We are to love freely without those expectations. It is a very, very awesome way to live. Let me say that again. We are to love freely without rigid expectations of other people. We are never to expect this or that from other people, but to love freely. So on this beautiful, beautiful day, let's get out and get our exercise. I want us all to be at peace. We are at peace by our focus, by who or what we worship. When we worship other people, places, or things, or ourselves, or circumstances, or feelings of depression, we are not at peace. We are to step out of the little me bubble and realize there's a big, beautiful world. I want my friends to also be at peace with food. There is such an epidemic of different food plans, paleo, all these different food plans. Do this or that to lose weight. Intermittent fasting, alternate day fasting. Listen, I'm going to break it down for you. When we eat too many calories, we gain weight. and garbage in, garbage out. When we eat junk food, prepackaged food, foods with a lot of preservatives, garbage in, garbage out, we're not going to feel very well. And it's called instant food. Vending machine food is not real food. So let me make it simple. If we want to lose weight, we must eat less calories. And by cooking our meals, by eating real food, we are more satisfied. We need to ditch the junk, and we learn to enjoy the flavors of the vegetables, fruits, meats, lean meats, chicken, fish, much more so than the greasy donut. On this beautiful day, we decide to be at peace with our bodies. We are at peace with food because we realize the role of food is to nourish us. Food is not a therapist. Food is not a comforter. Sometimes many of us, me included, run to food if we are depressed, bored, angry, disappointed. It's called emotional eating. And whenever we use food for any other purpose than to enjoy the flavor, to socialize with people, we have a meal out, we enjoy it, we enjoy food by feeding our bodies, then we are going to get in trouble. Let's put food back to where it belongs. Jesus says we are not to worry about what we eat or drink. Let me say that again. When we worry and obsess about eating this or eating that, not eating this or not eating that, we are not enjoying our lives, and we are preoccupied with ourselves, and we are unable to open our eyes and see the tears on another person's face. So we eat when we are hungry. We stop when we are satisfied, not stuffed. We eat delicious, home-cooked meals, not flavorless, fake food, and I'm talking about health food included. I was sort of hung up for many years on fake food that was disguised as healthy. Protein bars that had a lot of chemicals in them, protein cookies. Our bodies will tell us what we need to eat. And also our bodies will tell us to quit eating the junk. We will not feel well. We will get digestive problems. And that is a good sign that our body is screaming for real food. Real food includes foods that we cook, foods that have an expiration date, and we keep our meals simple. We throw fish, chicken, or beef in the oven or on the stove. We throw together a salad. We don't need all that greasy salad dressing with all the chemicals. A little salt, pepper, and garlic, olive oil. I have really learned to enjoy the flavors of various vegetables and salads without all the goopy dressings. We say to ourselves, today I will be at peace with my body. I have the peace that passes all understanding because of my focus. So what if my body is imperfect? That's not what fitness is about. That's not where my focus needs to be. We are at peace with our body. We eat less calories if we want to lose weight, plain and simple. We don't make it complicated. We have to eat less. We get used to being slightly hungry. We go to bed. Wake up feeling very hungry now. We don't need 5 snacks when we come home from work. Now I sit and watch a little television with a glass of water. I used to have all these snacks. It is the habits that we have that create the quality of our lives or the mystery of our lives. So by changing our habits into sustainable, permanent changes, that is how we lose weight. Not fad diets, not gimmicks, not forced exercise, not deprivation. We do not deprive ourselves of delicious food. We do not deprive ourselves of a delicious piece of cake on our birthday. We do not deprive ourselves of enjoying our life. We do not punish ourselves for being overweight or needing to lose weight. If we are overweight, which is a great percentage of us, then we take a look at the food that we're eating and we decide to stop eating the junk, make a shift toward real food, not junk food, and I'm talking that includes healthy junk food. And we exercise every day, and after a year, we will feel better. We don't say, I will lose 30 pounds in 30 days for $30. That's a gimmick. We don't learn anything in the process. We make small habit changes. Over a period of time, we will notice the difference. Since last September, I've lost about 20 pounds. I'm about 3 belt notches smaller in my waist. I will continue on my lean out because I want to get the rest of the belly fat off. I remember that for women, belly fat is very dangerous. Visceral fat around the organs is not a healthy thing. We also do not want to be preoccupied or obsessed with food or how we look. We want to be preoccupied and obsessed with loving God, worshiping God, so that we can love other people. Let me say that again. We are preoccupied and obsessed with our loving God. We are preoccupied and obsessed with loving other people, listening to their needs, wiping the tears off their face, being that person who will listen, being that person who cares. That's what we want to be preoccupied and obsessed with. So on this beautiful, beautiful day, it's just a gorgeous day here. We say, this is the day my Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad. I will not live in want today. I will not criticize, curse, condemn, or compare myself or others. I will mind my own business. I will be happy for people. I will not be a green-eyed monster eaten up with jealousy and envy. These feelings are very human. Jealousy, envy, based on what we think other people have, and that poor pitiful me, I should have that too. No, listen, we are happy for other people. We live our own lives, we mind our own business, we water our own grass. That's the truth. We don't know the struggles that people go through, and having envy and jealousy is very human. It's a very natural thing to feel, but we check ourselves, we stop ourselves, because we realize it is a very selfish, very immature thing to do. We're not our own worst enemy. We do not impose grief on ourselves by choosing the very immature reaction of envy and jealousy. We're not going to impose misery on ourselves by complaining. I know many, many people who have many blessings, and because of the fact that they have a lousy, rotten, stinking attitude and complain, they are miserable people to be around. So on this very beautiful day, I enjoy the sky, the trees, the birds. I'm going to have a wonderful day because I've decided to. I'm going to remember that when my thoughts put me in a funk, then I will realize that that is a wake-up call for me to not expect or lean on people, places, or things for my joy. I am responsible for my joy. I am responsible for my joy, and I am joyful because of my focus. I am responsible for my joy, and I am joyful because the strength that God gives me is my source of joy. The joy of the Lord is our strength. Living Fit with Laura on this beautiful day. Together stay sane, stable, serene, and strong. Get out and get your exercise no matter the weather. Awesome, I'm proud of you. Keep it up.